Well, a crisis presents with lots of opportunities. We get asked a lot by companies around why is it that we perform so well during a crisis? Well, there's a couple of key reasons. One of those is there's a really clear goal that everybody's working towards. During a crisis, there's no ambiguity about what the most important thing is, and everybody rallies together to make that happen. And the other reason we perform well in a crisis is because we reduce our buffer. The buffer is that distance between people who are faced with needing to make decisions and the final decision maker. And what we do in a crisis is we increase our level of trust and empowerment. So there's no buffer to people being able to make whatever decision they need to deal with the crisis. Part of the reasons why buffers exist in organisations is to help mitigate risk. We need to have some checks and balances and some layers of approval there to make sure that we're not creating a greater risk at the point of person making a decision. In a crisis, however, we throw all that out. We shrink or even eliminate our buffer completely so that people who are faced with those issues can make decisions that otherwise they perhaps wouldn't be able to. And the reason we're able to do that is we need to move at rapid speed. Not being able to move at rapid speed in itself is a massive risk, and there is no greater risk facing the organisation than the risk of not dealing with the crisis. Hence, we're able to reduce or eliminate our buffer to people making decisions. In normal times, we wouldn't necessarily be able to work that way. If we were moving at rapid speed in all of our decisions, and that means we actually might make some incorrect decisions and we actually create some greater risks for the business. We need to be able to kind of take our time and evaluate the different options. That's part of why we actually have buffers in place. The reality is that a lot of organisations up until this point have had probably buffers that have been too big given what they want to achieve as a business. The levels of approval that are needed, which slows down decision making, actually means that we're not achieving the things that we want to achieve. Now, during the crisis, we've eliminated that. Now we have an opportunity to reset our buffer. So the question for you then is around what sort of buffer are we going to put back in place as we come out of the crisis? During the crisis, we have learned, and we've actually got some great learnings about what we're capable of in being able to move faster. And instead of moving back to the old buffer that we have, we want to find a sweet spot in the middle. And the sweet spot in the middle is where we're much more agile. Agile organisations are ones who recognise that we're actually in a state of constant change. There's a lot more uncertainty in things evolving than what we often recognise with our current buffer and our current layers of approval. What we want to do, and the gift that we've been given now, is to reset that buffer and find that sweet spot in the middle that allows our teams to feel empowered to move fast and feel trusted that we can make decisions in real time to capitalise on issues and opportunities, but not necessarily be too slow because we're weighed down by risks that may not be apparent. Good luck, wish you every success.